Well, a nationwide problem is even worse in West Virginia: teens vaping. Data from the American Lung Association shows West Virginia teens lead the country when it comes to teen vaping rates at almost 28%. With funding cut to in-school prevention programs, how are we supposed to keep our children from getting hooked? I dug deeper to find out what is being done in schools and at the Capitol.
Vaping is dangerous for anybody.
Smoking rates have been falling for years, but a lot of teenagers are turning to something else.
It's addictive, and it's especially addictive for youth because the vapes have higher nicotine concentrations than the cigarettes do.
Dr. Dan Doyle has spent the last 40 years caring for patients who suffer with end-stage lung disease, black lung, and COPD. Studies from the top medical institutes in the country have found vaping can lead to lung problems, heart problems, and even death. So why are so many teens picking up the habit, even as they stay away from cigarettes?
Marketing, industry marketing, extremely important, mostly coming through social media. Using sports stars, movie stars to model how exciting and cool vaping is. And sure, home environment is a factor.
Law enforcement across the state have been working to put a stop to teen vaping. There are even sting operations like one conducted in Putnam County.
We ended up making several arrests. I don't know the exact number right away, and wrote some citations too for illegal sales, sales to underage, and other violations of the state law when it comes to vape shops.
Sheriff Eggleton says his team has also found black market vapes during these operations, and they're nearly impossible to spot by sight alone.
Use THC test kits to check the content of the vapes, and have found numerous items that are being sold out here in these vape shops that well exceed the legal limit.
The sheriff says he's working with Putnam County schools to try and eliminate vaping inside the buildings. And he says the consequences can follow a student long after graduation.
It's something that goes on your record as an arrest or a citation. Yes, if you're an adult, obviously you'll go through the adult system. If you're a juvenile, minor, under 18, you go through the juvenile system. But it's something that will stick with you for your life.
It was about 10 years ago when we started having a real problem with the vaping. And the kids would be like doing this in class, a lot.
Julie Brumfield teaches health at Cabell Midland High School.
We have to limit 2 kids in there per bathroom because of what they do. They go in there and they stand. They're not allowed to go more than one in a stall. There's only like 2 or 3 stalls in the other ones. They just pass it around, and they see nothing wrong with it.
Brumfield used to work with the RAISE program, once dedicated to preventing tobacco use.
We got a lot of information out to the kids with the RAISE promotions and things we would give away.
But the program was ended after federal cuts at the CDC. Now the West Virginia Bureau of Public Health has brought in Catch My Breath, a program from the American Lung Association that works to prevent teen vaping.
It's designed for students in grades 5 through 12. They said that the students were very involved in the conversation. They wanted to talk about their experience with people that they know who vape and how it affects them and others around them.
But Laura Williams with the American Lung Association says more work needs to be done.
It is oftentimes an uphill battle for parents and guardians, educators, anybody who works with youth, because they are fighting against, the hundreds of millions of dollars that the tobacco industry spends advertising these products in our state every year.
Dr. Michael Kilkenny with the Cabell Huntington Health Department says they're also actively trying to intervene with teens throughout schools.
We provide a lot of education about that and give people the risks, teach the risks, and teach the ways to prevent. I know the unknown part of this concerns me more than the known part.
He says teens don't look at vaping in the same light as smoking.
We also then learned that where they get their vape is primarily from their friends and family members. And we also recognize that while the students see that smoking is a very high-risk behavior, they do not see that same risk for vaping. And so I think that we can do a better job in discussing what the concerns are and raising that awareness of the risk associated with vaping.
State lawmaker delegate Jonathan Pinson is looking to change state law to help with the issue.
We are contacted almost on a weekly basis by parents and school administrators and teachers, and there's just a flood of these products that are being sold in the state of West Virginia. So we have to take action.
In the next legislative session, Pinson is planning to propose new vaping legislation.
There needs to be increased penalties for those that would peddle these things to kids, to teenagers on the black market. But then also, we need to focus on the educational piece. This is a problem that breaches demographics. This is a problem that breaches party lines. This is not a party issue. This is an issue that is facing West Virginia children and teenagers.
But is the solution stricter laws or better enforcement of what's already on the books? The opinions vary.
When it comes to enforcement, it's very difficult to enforce something that's that common, and the spread is not so much regulated by, say, checking, are you checking the age of people you're selling to? We already do that with alcohol.
We have good laws now. They should be enforced. We need resources to enforce them, and that has to do with budgets and funding. And we should not be taking away the authority of counties and towns and health departments to have stricter rules.
West Virginia has a tax that impacts vaping products, but not nearly as much as cigarettes. It adds up to 7.5 cents per milliliter. While not exactly the same, a similar amount of cigarettes, one pack, would have more than $1 of state taxes added to the price.
Tax on vape liquid is low in the state of West Virginia, and we know from taxing cigarettes that increasing taxes on these products reduces their use. So that's another opportunity that we might use from a legal standpoint to influence the use, increase the cost of it, reduces the use.
Reporting in Charleston, Bailey Tucker, Eyewitness News.